How's it going, everyone? This is Dan DeSalvo from Estate Match USA. I'm here with Eric, founder of Estate Match USA. And I wanted to ask you, with our lease option program, what is your favorite, most underrated benefit of it for a
hmm
for a landlord? Like for a landlord that we would work with, what is your most favorite underrated benefit?
I think the most underrated benefit for a landlord is one of them is definitely the guaranteed rent payments. Because if they were to just do a typical rental, there's no guarantee that they're going to get their rent, you know? But when they work with us, we have reserves to the point where we're taking care of the rent payments regardless of if our tenant is paying or not, because we get the money from them however we get it. But as far as how it goes with us and our our seller, essentially we take care of that, which is probably one of the most underrated benefits, because I mean, where else can you get that?
Yeah, so now with that, that's really interesting. Guaranteed rent payments. Can you tell me a little bit more about how that works?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we have an agreed rent amount that we are paying them every single month. And obviously, we have a tenant in there when we're doing the lease options for the sandwich lease option type deals. And if our tenant doesn't pay, it's not like we don't pay our property owner. The property owner still gets paid. So it's basically the guaranteed rent payments that are taken care of every single month. And the cool thing is, we take care of all the home expenses too as well. That's coupled with that, which is amazing. So I think that that's probably one of the most underrated benefits, because it's all hands off essentially, and they're able to collect, a full cash flow amount without having to worry about paying the home expenses or anything extra that comes with that as a typical landlord.
Okay, now this arrangement that you would have with a landlord, does that work even if the landlord maybe owns the property free and clear, like, and if they have a mortgage?
Yeah, yeah, both, yeah.
Okay. Now you're saying about all of the home expenses, but isn't that
hmm
kind of taken care of when you have a property management company, like managing the property for you and finding a tenant?
Yeah, somewhat. It just depends on your property manager, really.
Okay. Because I was under the impression that, say, there's some issue that happens with the property, something with like the plumbing, toilet
hmm
backs up, classic
Yeah.
example.
hmm
The property manager, they don't pay for that, right? Doesn't that still like come back to the landlord even if they have a property
Yeah.
management company?
True, true. Yeah, it does.
Okay, so that's really interesting. So with the lease option strategy, going that route,
hmm
if something happens with the toilet or any kind of fix maintenance item, the landlord doesn't have to pay for that.
No.
How is that possible?
Because what we're doing is we're structuring lease options where the buyer tenants are responsible for home repairs as if they are the homeowner, because it's basically homeowner training essentially.
I love
And
that.
yeah, they're basically taking care of, all of the homeowning expenses essentially that would come with owning a home. So they take care of it, the landlord doesn't. Because we want to get them in the mindset of what they would be taken care of when they do become a homeowner, not just being a renter and then something happens and they're like, oh, that's not my responsibility. It's like, you're in a rent to own. Actually, it is your responsibility because this is going to be your
Mm.
house.
I really like how you said that mindset of home ownership,
hmm
and that's a very
hmm
real thing. I mean, the difference between the renting mindset and the owning mindset,
hmm
that's drastically different. So, how does something like that improve, let's say, a landlord's bottom line or their profit? Like, it sounds like it might be better and more profitable, but
hmm
maybe you can explain a little bit more?
Well, let's just say that something was to go wrong with the plumbing or something that needs to be repaired. That could eat up their profit if it was just a rental and it was their responsibility. But the fact that it's our responsibility, they get to retain that entire cash flow amount while having a hands off experience, basically.
Yeah. So even if something happens in the back in the background, let me ask this: does the landlord even get notified about it? Like, unless they want
On
to?
No, no. It's 100% hands off for them, so they can enjoy their life and do whatever they need to do.
Okay, that's
Mhm.
pretty. That's a pretty good
Yeah.
deal. if a landlord was interested in doing something like this, how would they get in touch with us?
Just reach out. You can send us a DM on our Estate Match USA Facebook page, or they can go to our actual website at estatematchusa.com.
Yeah.
If they do have a property, that we do have a property input, a page where they can just input their information, and then we'll reach out to them within 24 hours, and then just go from there. So they can reach out to us on social media. We have Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, and then they can contact us directly on the website as well. So just their preference on how they like to reach out.
Simple enough. Simple enough.
Yeah.
And then here's an interesting one. If someone is maybe watching this or another piece of our content, and they might
hmm
know a landlord who
hmm
thinks they might be interested in something like this, is there any like perk or benefit in it for them?
Yeah, so on both sides, basically on the tenant side as well as the landlord property owner side, if they do refer us anybody we actually end up working with, we
Yeah.
pay like a $500 referral fee for that. So on both ends.
$500 referral fee if we actually end up
Yeah.
working with the person that
hmm
the referral person would get that.
Yeah,
They refer a
exactly.
landlord
Yeah.
or a tenant.
Yeah. So yeah, if
That's
they
pretty
refer us a
awesome.
property that we end up working with and we actually do
Yeah.
business with them, we can send them a $500 referral fee. Or if, let's say, we have a property, like we got a few properties in Memphis, and then we still got one left in Ocala. Like if they were to refer us a potential buyer tenant and they actually move in on the day that they actually move in, they actually would get a $500 referral fee for sure.
That
100%.
that's amazing.
So
That's amazing.
yeah.
Well, Eric, hey, thanks for taking a couple minutes out of your day here to
Mhm.
put some good value out there. So
Yeah.
we'll catch you guys on the next one. Eric, thanks again.
Yes. Of course. Good seeing
All
you.
right. Bye.